Today I'm going to rank the NFC West teams by their running backs. Which team has the best running backs? Which team has the worst? Yesterday I ranked them by quarterbacks. Tomorrow I'll rank them by wide receivers and so on. Today I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I'm going to build suspense and list the teams in order of worst to best. Last time I did best to worst. I want to build suspense this time. And just to clear up some suspense right off the bat, yes, I got a new blazer. The old one was starting to smell. And yes, I got a new haircut. My wife cut my hair. It was the first time she ever cut hair. I think she did a phenomenal job. All right, let's rank the teams in the NFC West based on their running backs, starting with the team with the worst running backs. The Rams, which is kind of ironic considering just a year and a half ago, they would have been number one on this list with Todd Gurley. But then his degenerative knee degenerated, and now the Rams have no run game. Their starter is a guy named Malcolm Brown, who averaged 3.7 yards per carry last season. Their backup is a guy named Darrell Henderson, who averaged 3.8 yards per carry last season. And they also have a rookie named Cam Akers, who's 20 years old right now, won't have minicamp or OTAs to get acclimated to the offense. They're really counting on a 20-year-old rookie to lead them next season. I don't see how that's going to happen. So could be another tough year for the Rams and their run game. Number 3. Their starting running back is Carson, who I like. I always felt he was a little underrated. He became their bell cow the last 2 seasons, meaning he had almost 300 carries per season, which running backs don't really do very much anymore. He's similar to Marshawn Lynch for them in that he is really tough and hits hard and seeks out collisions and violence a lot. But he's really not like Marshawn Lynch, and he has none of Marshawn Lynch's quickness and elusiveness. Lynch didn't always run over you. Sometimes he made you miss, which extended his career. Carson, after 2 years of being a bell cow running back, is breaking down. He was terrific in 2018, averaged 4.7 yards per carry. Not as good in 2019, averaged 4.4, because he's not looking to make people miss. He's involved in 2 or 3 high-speed, violent collisions per play, and those wear him down after the 500th carry. So he finished in the regular season finale against the 49ers. He fractured his hip, questionable for the start of training camp, should play most of the season, but you see where his career is trending. And his backup, Rashad Penny, tore his ACL, probably will start the season on the PUP list. So they have talent at running back, definitely more so than the Rams, but it's breaking down a little bit. Number 2. They traded their big-time running back, David Johnson, this offseason to the Texans, but they have a guy named Kenyan Drake who maybe isn't a big name. Played at Alabama, was a third-round pick, was a backup for Frank Gore for a few years on Miami, on a bad team, backing up a player he's probably even more talented than. No offense to Frank Gore, great player, Hall of Famer. But Kenyan Drake is really talented. He's very fast. The Dolphins traded him to the Cardinals week 8 last year, right at the deadline. Drake, who had averaged 4.6 yards per carry in his career as a backup in Miami, becomes a starter right away for the Cardinals. And for 8 games in the regular season, about 123 carries, averaged 5.2 yards per carry. Was a total stud. Great fit for the Cardinals' spread offense because he's a little bit smaller and faster. Not a guy you'd want running between the tackles 15 times a game against 8-man boxes. Spread out of defense, he's real dangerous. He's going to have a big-time season next year, probably going to go for more than 200 carries and could go for more than 1,000 yards. All right, number 1. I built some big-time suspense here, right? Who could it be? The 49ers have the best running backs in the league, and I'm just going to focus on Raheem Mostert. I mean, as good as Kenyan Drake was last season for the Cardinals with his 123 carries, Mostert was better for the 49ers. He had 137, I believe, in the regular season and averaged 5.6 yards per carry, which is absurd. So good. And then he went in the playoffs, had another 54 carries, got a bigger workload, and was even better. In 3 games, averaged 6.3 yards per carry and scored 5 touchdowns. Was arguably the 49ers' most valuable player of the playoffs. We still don't know how good he can be. He still doesn't have 200 career carries. every time the Niners up his workload, he seems to get better. And this season, as long as he doesn't get hurt, he should have the opportunity to become the featured running back, get 15 carries per game. And if he stays healthy and maintains the efficiency he's shown his entire career, he's averaging 6 yards per carry for his entire career, he could lead the league in rushing next season. So the Niners have a stud running back, and that's not even counting their capable backups in Tevin Coleman and Jeff Wilson Jr. Raheem Mostert, one of the most underrated players in the league, and the Niners' stable of running backs is one of the main reasons they're elite.